世界がそれを罪だと言ってもそれでも
So welcome back everyone, and today in this video we're doing basically another character, if I may say, just which one better, I guess, just say it like that. I kind of want to say character versus, but it's not really the case, so let's just say which one is better. Now we have the two of the characters, which is Edna and Leia. And before I start this video, I'm going to explain a little bit about this series. Is that I'm not planning to make like which one better for kind of like you may say just a normal character. What I mean is that the premium character, I guess, the premium summons, even though this is a premium summons also, but it's also considered as an event character due to they were not really exclusive, but more or less kind of like a Valentine style character and things like that. So I'm just going to do a review on more or less kind of like the which one better to if not a event character or just the limited characters. So that's those characters where I'm going to make like the versus or just the which one is better, because like technically the premium character or just the normal character is not gonna be very strong compared to even the event or let alone the limited character. So we're going to talk about which one is better, Edna or Leia. Before I basically start this kind of like which one is better, I guess, we'll just looking over to the character first. I'm not going to explain it, but more or less just look over to see what Leia can do and Edna can do and judge it from there. We'll see which one better compared to these two characters. Now let's see on Leia first. This could be really interesting though, because like technically both of them were really good. And then before that, I'm going to say it that disclaimer, this video is just doesn't mean that the other character is bad. It's more or less just which one better is possible at 10, 11 or just 12 or compared to 10 or something like that. The point is it's gonna be really close, and I think that's one of the reasons why both of these characters released at the same time in the first place. So yeah, so this is Leia. The stats is pretty good. It's straightforward. You can see it like 30k, 2500 and defense is 3000. It's really clear that this is kind of like more or less just a support character. And as you can see within all of the skill, both of the Artist 2 and Artist 1 doesn't have anything. And this is gonna be really a huge hit for Leia due to now her damage will basically not gonna be a lot. And with this low attack, having like vanilla skill is not good. But as you can see, as her Mystic Artist skill or just Mystic Artist Chocolate Twist can increase chance to defense of all allies by 30% for 3 turn and also attack up for 40% for 4 turn. It's insane. Like, what can I say about like her Mystic Artist is just insanely good, and one of the reason why I think she's actually really powerful. And even though she's really bland in a way, her other skill did nothing and she's not going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, her Artist 2 can bring the hits up, but like if we're talking about damage, then it's not gonna be do much. Yes, it's gonna help the other character, and it is what it is. And like it's still, even though it's good, it's not the best. That's what I want to say, is that like her Artist 2 is fine technically because she can hit above 10, but in a way it's just that basically. It's no more than that. And her Mystic Artist is just huge leap, make her a really good character. It's just insane seeing how this kind of Mystic Artist even exists in the game. It's just like what we wanted, in my opinion. Like this kind of character should be released, and it's really fun to talk about, where the character have a lot of things on her and which make her really interesting. Her Mystic Artist was considered that way in my opinion, even though her Artist 1 Artist 2 still did nothing. Well, try to keep the balance on, if not she will be power creeping as a support. It makes sense. And 180 was fine, at least it's not 200, even though 180 is still kind of high for support, but considering she's can have like 4 turn and 3 turn, it's good enough. It's good enough, and this is just insane. So now let's just talk about her basically rival now, not really, but more or less just like our other character. It's going to be Edna, and let's see what Edna can do again. And I'm going to explain it at a little bit, not going too much of explanation. Oh god, that's just internet error. Come on, show me Edna game. don't die on me now. There you go, Edna. What happened in that point, I'm not sure. And she's just an artist character. You can see, okay, before I jump right into it, her stats is amazing. Her attack, not so amazing. Other than that, it's crazy. And as a support, it's a really insane stats, if I must say, a little bit better compared to Leia as a stats. Now, her kit basically have a pretty good amount of hits. That's a plus, even though Leia technically does. But I believe this is slightly better, but not entirely. It's the same, I guess. You know what? Let's just make it fair. The kit and the hits, it's good enough. It's both of them are particularly are similar in a way. So yeah, her of course main thing on Edna is her Artist 1 Barrier. Defense up to 60% to one ally for 5 turns and restore HP to one ally by 10%. Now, you may say this is so underwhelming compared to Leia, but you don't understand that defense up you can give to someone like Barbatos, Makina, Stan, or like Acid or something like that. She can buff one of your strongest attacker into almost a really defensive character at the same time. That's what makes Edna really insane. Now you got me the point where like both of these characters technically are just really good, and it's so hard to say which one is better. Even for me, I have a hard time for it, and I want to give it my pure analysis and just pure thing to just say that this one is kind of better, but it's not really too much of a difference, so I need to keep that in mind. Always say that, so it's not misunderstanding that, oh, if I say Edna is better, or if I say Leia is better, then the other character is bad. No, it's not the case. So yeah, Edna is amazing. Like her defense up, if you have stun, if you have Makina, if you have things like that, it's crucial. Because like she's just another option to make those characters really defensive, and her stats itself, she can protect herself in a way, even though technically you still kinda need another support to support Edna, but like she's just insane. Like her Mystic Artist is fine, it hits 15, it's good, and her Artist 2, whether Vayne hits 9 times, which is fine, and normal attack, which is pretty good, too. But like her Artist 1, what makes her really an amazing character, and it's so hard to judge both of these characters on which one is better, because like technically as a character itself, Edna technically worse, I will give him that, but like seeing her skill is so useful, being like Barbatos is being played, Stan also, Velvet and things like that, mostly one of those characters that are always in your team. This is so crucial for it, so yeah, it's insane. Okay, so let's just judge it from there, and to be honest, it's a really difficult thing to answer. And like, if I must say, into this comparison, I will give them first of all a situational first. Now, in a certain situation, if you have Makina, Stan, and things like that, maybe Edna is something that is pretty nice to have, because like Edna is much more consistent. The defense is much more consistent, and your character like your Makina or your Stan or your Asset will stay alive technically, and that's for Edna. Edna is better in the situation where you have a lot, if I may say, just focus on one of your really strong character. But for a team, like for, if I may say, just benefit of the team, Leia is technically much more significant compared to Edna, being Leia can increase both defense and attack, basically make a wider buff to everyone, and you kinda like see this kinda, if you may say, kind of point that I'm making with like Leia, Edna actually work together very well. That is true, by the way, so you can just put Leia, Edna, and maybe another healer, and then your Makina or your Barbatos will just make your team really insanely buffy, high damage, and things like that. It's really nice. But like, to compare between Leia and Edna is such a situational where in most certain circumstances Leia will be much better due to being such a generic skill, but for Edna it's really good if you really like to rely on one of your character only. So it's a different playstyle, but if I may say which one is better, I think I need to give this to Leia. Now the reason why I think Leia is slightly better, just because like the defense and the attack buff, it's so important into the game, and like it's also one way to basically, in a way, you have Edna's skill in Leia too, but with inconsistent, but the drawback it's inconsistent, and but like the advantage that you also gain an attack. So for this one I give it to Leia, but this is another character that I think if I must compare it into number, let's just say much easier to explain. 1 out of 10, let's just say it like this: Edna is 8.5 out of 10 and Leia is 9 out of 10. So, or just like Edna is 9 out of 10 and Leia is 10 out of 10. It's not really not really like, oh, this character is 10 out of 10, it's really good. No, it's not like that. But to make an easy comparison is that, like, let's just say 10 out of 10, Leia is 10 out of 10 and Edna is 9 out of 10. So you see kind of like the difference between the character. But disclaimer, I don't mean that this Leia is like 10 out of 10 support. No, it's not. It's just to explain it way easier. So the difference is really kind of like so close to each other. Maybe Edna is not 9 out of 10, in my opinion, it's 9.5 out of 10. So Leia is 10 out of 10, which means like it's possibly just half different. It's so close. The point is that what I want to say is that like both of these characters is so good and work well together and just a really good addition into the game. So but I think the winner of this kind of like which one is better is gonna be Leia who win this. But it doesn't mean that Edna is bad. If you get Leia, you still want Edna. So that's the thing. But sadly I'm not going to summon though in this banner, just because like I kind of want to wait to the first anniversary banner first, so I can make at least an explosive summoning video, not just I summoned for 2 things or I summoned for twice only. So no, I want to give it a lot of gems so I can summon quite a lot in the particularly in the anniversary banner. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still trying to get Edna and Leia, good luck on your summon. Hope you get the character that you needed. So yeah, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy, and I'll see you next time on the next Tales of Crestoria video. So then, bye for now.